Hey, Dave here, doing the whole fraud, waste, abuse thing for the Defense Law and Justice Agency. All right, we have our buddy over here, Fred, here this time. You don't see anything, do you? Okay, he's a special one of our players here that comes to visit us all the time, and so we're going to get right into it. All right, this whole thing about crushing perfectly good vehicles, demilling perfectly good stuff, is about as stupid as a can of prop wash or an exhaust sample. Come on, people. Let's get this out of our head, okay? We're not talking about RPGs getting sold to the public. We're not talking about bombs, rockets, or anything like that getting handed out. We're talking about just trucks, vehicles, and other things that have dual use purposes, okay? Now, the thing is, I recently was told that I have no reason to do these videos and I have no qualifications. Well, gee, guess what? Here we go. Here are my qualifications. And I'm a taxpayer, so shut up. I've got qualifications. And just to be clear, we're using the DOD's own regulations, which are
DOD Manual 4160.28, Volume 2.
right, and other memorandums written by Jeff Garrett. Okay, he's the one that put out the memorandum February 21st, 2017 that said he's changing all the DMIL codes. And he assured me on phone that all the vehicles will be C1 by the end of the year. What does C1 mean? C1 means that they're going to be crushed. All vehicles crushed, period. Done, shredded. Not to the point where they can't be exactly like he was doing. We're just having a fit. Okay. It's nice to see the special people out today. Okay, now, the thing is, using DOD's own manuals, we're finding out some amazing things, like the M60 machine gun. We're using volume 2. Here it is. This is how you demill a machine gun. I don't know who wrote this book. Oh yeah, I do. But that's the demill book that they use. Now, fortunately for us, we did get a little bit more in the prop department. Bigger budget, let's say. All right, M60 machine gun. Now, to properly cut this M60 machine gun into parts so you can sell it as scrap metal is what? You'd cut it into how many parts?
3 parts, 2 cuts.
2 cuts, according to that book, right?
Yep.
Well, here's the thing. If you go and Google the ATF form book, you have to have 1, 2, 3 cuts. 3 cuts, 4 pieces on the lower receiver. Barrel doesn't count, the stock doesn't count. You have to have 4 cuts. If you don't, and you're a scrap dealer, and you get this gun, put it on your property, have it in your book, or have it in your truck as you're going out the gate or whatever, you may be arrested and thrown in jail because you still have a live functioning machine gun. Barrel doesn't count, stock doesn't count, only the center section counts. If you don't demill it properly, you'll go to jail. And these are the experts, right? Mm-hmm. And they've got it wrong, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Again, back to our little thing about the Humvees, okay? And Andy, General Andrew E. Bush, please call me, email me, send me a note, please. I know that you're the guy in charge of DLA. Why are you letting this happen? Again, perfectly good Humvees, perfectly good, can be sold. Being sold all the time for $41,000, every day being sold for $41,000. Instead, what's happening to them? They're getting crushed. So that means every time this happens, the government is out $41,000. I've identified, verified, and made sure that it's correct. Last year or this year, if it keeps going like it is, the DLA is going to crush $500 million worth of vehicles. That's a lot of fraud, waste, abuse. All right. Now let's go to the 1025 real quick. 1025 is a Humvee with a slant back on it. Here's a piece of 1025. I was told by my friend over, Mr. Hoffman, Mr. Rivera, that these things are armored vehicles. How did they get their armored vehicles? 1982, they wrote a book out there, said that they were armament carriers, armored. Well, the thing was, back then, the way that it worked was, if they took any, yeah, you can read. Okay, the way that they did that was, if you replaced canvas with metal, it became armored. In 1985, DOJ standard said that you had to have armored vehicles had to be Class 3, which meant they could take at least 3 strikes with a 7.62 by 51 caliber rifle round. That is armor plated, okay? If you don't do that, if it doesn't happen, then technically it's not armored, okay? Again, phone calls. I'm popular, you know? And so what's happened is they use that old book, the front cover. The problem is they don't open it up because inside it says it's not armored anymore. And it says that they call it a shell. They don't call it armored plating anymore. They call it a shell. They've changed all that terminology, but they refuse to print out anything more than the front cover. Now, here's something I'd like to show you. See this right here? 300 feet with an AK round. Soft tip hunting round. All right? Soft tip, low caliber, right through it, okay? Right through it. This is not armored. But if you talk to Mr. Rivera and Mr. Hoffman up at Battle Creek, they will assure you that this is an armored vehicle. All right, so again, summing this up, not an armored vehicle, getting crushed. Every time we do it, we're losing at least $41,000. All right, are they following their own rules? Again, we were at a 12-year-old that figured this out. Now we're at an 11-year-old. Please, somebody in government, please figure this one out. Bring a 2-year-old up here next one, see if they can figure it out. Thanks, have a great day. Please call your senator, call your congressman, get involved. Spread these videos around. This is your money. This is your taxpayers' money. The government needs money. The soldiers need equipment. They don't have the money to do it with. And if they keep shredding everything, this waste is going to get people, it's going to mess some people up. So please, call your senator, call your congressman, spread this video around. Thanks very much. Have a great day.